to the T. The Lord blessed me with it. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl India. Listen, I am so excited about today's video, y'all. I'm doing something a little different. I am actually doing a Q&A segment for today's video. So last week or so, I posted in the community tab asking you guys to send me some questions, anything that you may have wanted to know about me, about my lifestyle, about whatever. And I'm so thankful that a few of you did. This video is to answer those questions. You sent me your question. Got my water right here. So we are going to sit down, get comfortable, and chat it out. I love that we get to connect like this. So thank you so much for taking the time to send me your questions. So let's jump right in. Okay, like I mentioned before, I have my water because I need to increase my water intake. So I suggest you get your tea, you get your coffee, or whatever it is you may want to sip on as we chat about it. All right, y'all, so I have my phone here because this is where I have all the questions. I'm just reading them directly from the community tab. And so let me first thank the following people that sent over questions for me to answer. So I want to thank Rhonda Bell. I want to thank Rhythm of Love 2. And I want to thank Shauna _ Davida 8175. And then I want to thank MARANT 5312. So thank you guys for sending in your questions. And so, okay, now I'm going to get right to it. All right. So the first question is, the comment she said was, all the dishes you cook look amazing. Does cooking come natural to you? Thank you. No, cooking, I don't think cooking comes natural to me. And I say that because I'm one of those that stick to a recipe. I am still a little uncomfortable with just creating from the ingredients that I have, because I'm so afraid that I'm going to mess up, and then that means I'm going to waste my food, and I'm not one to like to waste food like that. So a lot of times I'm going to follow a recipe to the T. I have girlfriends that can just go in the kitchen and whip up meals and throw in seasonings and try, adding this vegetable in, or whatever the case may be. I'm not that girl. I'm going to get me a recipe and I'm going to stick to it. And if you all notice, sometimes I know I can eyeball like maybe a tablespoon or something, but scary me, gonna pull out that tablespoon and measure whatever it is. Maybe one day I'll get to it and I can kind of visually see what maybe a half cup is or what maybe a tablespoon is, and kind of eyeball it and go from there. I don't even do that because I don't want to mess nothing up. So thank you for the comment. And no, I wouldn't say it comes naturally to me, but I do love to cook. And I can't say I've always learned to cook. I remember when I was younger, my mom would try to get me in the kitchen and I was just not interested. It wasn't until I got my first apartment that I was bugging the heck out of her that I had to cook for myself. So I learned recipes, and then somewhere along the line I fell in love with the Food Network, and that became my best friend. So from that, I started experimenting and trying different meals, and at some point I became a better cook. So thank you. All right, the next few questions come from Rhythm of Love 2. Hey girl, hey. Her first question is, do you like your 9 to 5 and is it fulfilling? I actually enjoy my 9 to 5. I've been with my company. I've been with them for 26 years, And the position that I'm in now, I think maybe my either 8th or 9th position, uh, give or take, position in the company. The position that I'm currently in, I'm pretty satisfied. It's a great job, a great company to work for. My coworkers are great people to work with. My boss is absolutely amazing. So I kind of think, and when I took this position in 2019, my job was coming to an end because they transferred the job to Tampa. I knew I wasn't gonna move, so I was ready and prepared to take the severance that they were gonna give me. And so lo and behold, the position that I am in right now became available, and I, along with maybe 30, 40 other people, posted for that position, and the Lord blessed me with it. So I still got to be with my company, and yeah, I'm 26 years in, and I do find it fulfilling. Did I attend a HBCU? No, I did not. I did not attend a 4-year college. I attended a 2-year college here in Atlanta, and I got my associate's degree in network information systems. Would you consider relocating? In a heartbeat. Now, I can't say in a heartbeat, but I would consider relocating. My family's here. I grew up here. I've been here all my life. And so I just never got the opportunity to live anywhere else. So at this stage of my life, yeah, I would relocate. Although my mom is older now, I wouldn't want to be too far from her, but you know, she's married and living her life, and so I will need to live mine as well. So yes, I would consider relocating. At what age would you consider retiring? Girl, I would retire right now if I could, at 54. Actually, I think I can retire with my age and with my years of service. I think I can retire around the age of 57, although I wouldn't get my full pension until 65, 62, 65. Clearly I need to look into that, but yeah, so I guess anywhere. My job is so gravy in the sense that it's so flexible, it's easy, it's not stressful. I can ride that thing on out until I'm in my 60s, 70s if I want to, because I work from home. So I don't know. I don't really have a time or age of when I would retire, but I don't plan to be in my 70s working. I plan to be retired and enjoying my life, whatever that may be for me. The next question is, what do you like most and least about your guy? So it's so crazy because what I like most about him is sometimes what I like least about him, and I'll explain. So what I like about him most is his generosity. He is very caring. He's thoughtful. He's considerate. He's everything that I would want in a guy. And so that being said, it's also the least favorite because I see people taking advantage of that kindness, taking advantage of the generous heart that he has. And, you know, I wouldn't mind if he was as generous and caring as he is, and then it was reciprocated. I wouldn't mind at all. But when it's not reciprocated after he has been his kind and generous self, it kind of makes me upset and makes me, I don't know, I want to protect him from that. That's all I can say about that, is that I just want to swoop in and protect him from that. But that's just who he is. That's his nature, his kind, sweet nature, and he's going to give and help whoever. I'm not gonna say whoever, but he's gonna help whoever may need his help. That's all I can say. Yeah. So the next question is, who is your favorite artist / actor? So my favorite singer artist, I would say, is Usher. Usher. Usher, baby. You know, the fact that he's from the A, he's gonna get love, but also the man can sing, has a beautiful voice. And I saw him perform in Vegas, and it was absolutely amazing. Amazing. So my favorite artist would be Usher. I don't necessarily have a favorite female artist. I guess if I had to say, maybe Jasmine Sullivan. That girl can sing, baby. Favorite actor? My favorite actor would probably be Meryl Streep. My favorite actor used to be Nicolas Cage, but he, I guess, stopped acting, and so I don't get to see him much. But I would say Meryl Streep and Nicolas Cage would be my favorite actors. Would you consider surrogacy? Okay. You're not talking about me being a surrogate. You meaning having somebody else as a surrogacy. Okay. Would you consider surrogacy, foster care, adoption? No. I may consider foster care. Surrogacy, no. No. Adoption, probably not. My guy has kids, and girls to be exact. So we hoping that they're gonna give him some beautiful grandbabies, and we're gonna love on them. And so so the reason I do not have children is because I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2008. I was 36, 37 at the time. And so by the time I finished with my treatments and my medicine and whatnot, I think I was maybe 42. And at that time, my ex-husband and I, we weren't doing good. And I just did not want to have a child at the age of 42. And I knew he and I weren't doing all that great. So I knew I didn't want to raise the child alone. He would have been a present father, but I still would have been the most active parent. And I just didn't want that for myself. And I didn't want that for my child. So I decided that I checked with my mom. She was fine with me. Now, I could have had children. However, my doctor suggested that I not. And so I followed their, suggestion of not having children. Plus, again, I was over the age of 40. So I just wasn't interested in being a parent at that time. So no, I wouldn't consider surrogacy. Maybe I would consider foster care. Adoption, no, I wouldn't consider adoption. The next question is, are you content in your new apartment? Yes, I absolutely love it here. Although I'll tell you what I don't necessarily like about this apartment is the valet trash. Now, I like the service, but I hate my neighbor. I have a neighbor that will not follow the rules. She leaves her trash out all the time. She leaves her receptacle, I think that's the right word. She leaves the trash can. She leaves it out empty all the time, and it just really irks my nerve that people just will not do right. Other than that, I love the apartment. I'm content here for the time being. Can I see myself being here in 2-3 years? No. But for the time being, yes, I do love it. I am content. I am super, happy with my new place. Do you have any regrets in life that you don't mind sharing? I do have a few regrets. One in particular is that I did not take my education seriously. I feel like I should have taken it seriously and pushed forward and got my bachelor's and then moved on and, gotten my master's and that type thing. And who knows where it would have led me. But I didn't. So am I still happy with my life? Abso-freaking-lutely. Another regret that I have is not being closer to my grandmother to have those conversations about life, about her life. My grandma had 11 children, and I was basically the older, but there was one older grandchild that my uncle had, but she lived in another state, and we didn't get the opportunity to grow up with her or get the opportunity to meet her. So I was technically the older grandchild because I was the firstborn of the siblings. And so outside of my cousin that lived in another state. So there were a lot of us, and I wish I would have had the time to get to know her and to just sit with her. And I wish I wish I would have had the mindset to think that way back then. I just didn't. I was just, a teenager on the move. I think when my grandma passed, I was out on my own. But I was just so caught up in my own stuff and then she lived in a different city that I didn't think to talk to her, to gain knowledge from her, to seek wisdom from her. That's a regret that I do have, that I didn't have that relationship with my maternal grandmother. Her next question is, what would you say to your 18-year-old self? Child, I would say, girl, calm the hell down. Don't be in such a rush to be an adult. Enjoy your youth. Take your time getting to know people. I would also tell my 18-year-old self that you don't have to people please to make it in life. I would also tell my 18-year-old self to not be so concerned with what everybody thinks. Yeah, I think those are the things that I would tell my 18-year-old self. Like, it's going to be okay. You're going to have plenty of, friends and loved ones, and you're going to have all the time in the world to party and do all of that. But enjoy your youth. Enjoy being a young adult, because I've seen some things in my young adult age that I shouldn't have had to experience. So, not like that, but meaning I've seen death. I've seen people, killed right in front of me. And so that left a scar that I don't think I will ever heal from. So, yeah, that's what I would tell my 18-year-old self. Okay, so the next question was, hey, India, I've always wanted to know what you do for a living, your field of work. So I work for an insurance company. I work in the group benefits division over disability. My group is responsible for state mandated plans. So we have about 12 states that we process policies, posters, and whatnot for employers that are new. They're newly formed employers in those particular states that have employees working for them, where they have a requirement is that they have to provide disability coverage. And so we kind of set that employer up to be able to provide the employee the disability should they need it. All right. And so my last question is, and it was so funny, I was like, oh, somebody got me. I heard you mention in one of your videos that you like to sing and do so in your church choir. Can you give us a little sample? All right, y'all, I'm super shy, but I'll give you a sample. So this sample that I'm about to give, I wonder if any of you remember this commercial from way back in the day, and I mean way back in the day. But I like to sing it as a little waking up my throat sometimes when I'm preparing to sing, and also just as a little fun, you know, something. So, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never notice how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. This was so much fun, and I definitely want to do this again. So keep the questions coming. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss what's coming next. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I want to give a special shout out to Rhythm of Love 2, who asked me a while ago to do a Q&A, and so thank you for the suggestion, and I hope you like it, and I can't wait to do it again. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.